ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to HIMediaTV. I am your host, Evan from HIMediaTV, and welcome back to another chapter of my little black book. Something happened the other day at my job where, I work a union job, right? And my union is basically, it's okay. It's not fantastic. It does what it needs to do. The one gripe I have with it is that my union rep is also the head of my department, the deli. So, that's like some level of conflict of interest, but, that's whatever. That's okay. Never personally really had that much of an issue with it. I know in theory it could be a problem. Yeah, I know in theory it could be meh, but all in all, not particularly pressed. That is, unless you consider something my manager said the other day. Me and 3 other associates were working. I had not taken my break. The other person had just gotten here, and another person had been here before me. And I asked them, "Hey, have you taken your break yet?" Now, the catalyst for this, of her like talking to us about this was, me and the person I asked this to do not get along. I've talked about him and his behavior at length on this channel before. Almost 40-year-old man, hitting on and sexually harassing a 20-year-old girl, him being creepy with every single woman in the store, him having shitty politics and fighting you on it repeatedly, and just a lot of weird off-putting things that are kind of disconcerting. But when you're working, you have to be able to communicate with your coworkers. And multiple times during my shift, I've had to communicate with him lightly for, regular parts of my job. And my man, the deli, was like, don't talk to each other. Don't communicate. Stop talking to each other, because we've had issues. I don't have a problem with her, saying that to us because, for the past history, but, at your job, you have to be able to communicate. And so, many such cases, we come back to, we're trying to figure out who goes on break first. I ask him, have you had your break yet? And he says, yeah, I've had all my breaks. And, as we're talking, she's like, you guys shouldn't be talking, I say, we're just trying to figure out the order of who's going on break. And then she says, and this is kind of what has stuck with me. She says, I don't know why you guys are so concerned about your breaks. I'm 65. I don't need a break. I don't get, and this is as she's walking out. She's just exasperated. To her point, she's at retirement age. We're counting down the days before she finally pulls the trigger on that. And that just stuck with me. Because, I understand, her being a hard ass as a deli manager, because I'm a firm believer in, what makes a union good and valuable is not just the fact that it makes it so workers have the pay they deserve, the benefits they deserve, which I'm going to be honest, we don't fucking have and we need. It's also supposed to, like, the workers are supposed to hold each other accountable. You know, you have people who have worked at a job and are continuing to work at a job at that same level for years and years and years, and so you take a level, even if you don't take a level of pride in your work, you also are like, hey, do the fucking job right, so I'm not picking up your slack. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, there becomes an investment in the workers for the continued well-being and success of the job. And that's why union-made products are usually so fucking good. You have, you know, and union service areas are supposed to be so fucking good. It's because you have people that are good at the fucking job and do their fucking job. This is not always the case. This is what unions are supposed to be, and you know, you just have an entire generation of Gen X union leadership who, let's be honest, are comfortable and don't really want to like push the boat, even though the boat is sinking. But you know, unions and state of unions in this country is a whole nother video. But as for this, like, it stuck with me because like, those breaks are, you know, one of the few real benefits that we get at this job. You know, yeah, as a part-timer, yeah, I do have some level of medical care and things of that nature. It's not fantastic, but it's nice. Got free vision, free dental, which is pretty, I need to go make an appointment. But day to day, the only perk we really get are these breaks. And hell, like, as a part-timer, like, I only get I get a 15-minute break, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. Once you hit 6.5, you get a 30-minute lunch, and then once you hit 8 hours, you get 2 15-minute breaks and a 30-minute lunch. Granted, the lunch is unpaid, but c'est la vie. And you're our union rep. You're supposed to be our biggest advocate. And you're complaining that we're trying to, like, you know, execute our rights, the benefits, the rights that we earned. Not even me personally, but just like workers negotiating together. I don't know, man. Like the newest contract that the other department, because like there's two unions in the store. One is for like the deli meat department and fish, and then there's everybody else. The everybody else union kind of got a really good contract this year. They got more guaranteed hours, better benefits. But, you know, I get more hours at the deli. I've worked my ass off at the deli. I want to work at this deli and eventually get over into the meat department. It's just, her saying that just, it rubs me such a wrong way, dude. Like, on what planet is it okay for a union rep to say that shit? You know what I mean? Like, I understand, like, you've got a lot of presses on, like, loss and shed and stuff in the department, but, like, unions aren't supposed to be buddy-buddy. They're supposed to be bullies. I'm gonna stick with the deli. I'm gonna let this slide because I know she's retiring. Not in the next couple months, but like it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. But that one statement from her really did kind of bust the winds out of my sails. I'm gonna work.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to talk to me outside of this video, outside of live streams, or just join the community and be a part of it, you can do so at himedia.gg/discord. Discord links there. We'd love to have you. And given the financial situation of the economy right now, I know this is a tall ask, but if you have the scratch to spare, please consider donating and becoming a supporter at HIMedia.gg/tip. All of our perks are serviced through our Discord channel, including early access videos, exclusive videos, and more. Your generosity is a blessing, and $1 a month is a boon to my mental health. Thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate you, and have a great day.
Quack.